Alright, what's up everybody? PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. Sorry I couldn't do my yesterday's video, which was an important day. It was CPI, right? Hope you guys made some money out of it. So I was basically doing what I was doing, and I did watch my previous video that I was talking about BTC and all that stuff. It looks like it did play out, but with a little bit of delay, and it's not only the delay that's important, is what's important is that the velocity that happened here, right, on Wednesday, right, and then we held above it. That was important too, right? That we held above it. So we came here. This was a good long for a push. We took the long. We traded. We did all that. Now you're still trying to go up. This is Sydney Tokyo session. What are we trying to do here? We're just trying to scalp it as all. What you could do today is, first of all, you could go and gain 117. All right, let's take a look at it on a 4-hour. You could see here 117 is where we made an all-time high, right? So until you don't gain, you don't hold, and the hold is very important, you're not gonna do anything towards upside. Now you might be like, oh bro, wait for it, it's gonna go one like 5-minute candle, clears everything and make a new high. Yeah, I know that could be possible, but I'm taking it level by level. Now, if we're about to break a level or two in the middle, I don't mind, but that doesn't always happen, right? Excuse me, this is like the time that I usually wake up, but I've been awake for 2 hours, more than 2 hours. So that's one. Second thing is we come back here, come to this orange, a little bit even below it, right around here, and then we start to consolidate there, meaning we start to build liquidity there, right? We start to build liquidity around this orange parallel channel. Let me just remove these because these all played out. But we do want to hold right here too, right? So this area is possible to come in. Let me just remove all these. All right, but what we want to do basically, okay, is to hold this area, fill this imbalance, and that is it. That is basically it. There's nothing else you want to do. So if you come here and then come back and then hold for another push, that is valid. That is valid. Now today, okay, we do have news play. We have UOM consumer sentiment. Now that is important on its own, and if I want to show it to you guys, I will show it to you guys. We'll talk about it. But so yeah, this area is now important, and after that, we'll talk about that. So right now, in my humble opinion, I could long here if it comes in head and it holds with a possible wick towards downside, towards the area that it shifted away, which I drew the line, right? So let me just do it 2 times. So that's one. The other time, the other way that you can come back down is you come all the way here, you grab some liquidity and some other stuff, then you come back. All right, then you come back. I got a lot of alarms going on right now. So how you come back? Like this. So you just do a V-shaped recovery and then you hold it here, and then probably you do something with this navy, with this pink line, which is like this. You go from here all the way to the top, right? So we have to hold 117,228. That's my perspective of it, and then we could push it up. All right. So I've talked about where to long it. I've talked about I'll be taking another TP around 117,228 when we hit it. If it's gonna go higher, I will have some there as well. Towards downside, guys, which is, it's always possible. So let's talk about it. So first we have to again lose 114,674. Or I'm sorry, 671. And then once you lose this line, okay, which you could see here, we pushed it. We pushed it on multiple occasions. So once you lose it, you're probably gonna bounce between these two 4-hour or that 4-hour and this daily line. Okay, let me just remove that. So you're gonna bounce between this. Once it comes above, okay, for a retest, that's gonna be a short for either right here or the very low of it, which is gonna be around here. All right. So that's what we think. That could happen. Both of these will be 4-hour movements, so we're gonna put them on a 4-hour time frame. And that is it. That's BTC. I've talked about all the scenarios that I think is possible. So USDT now, we could check USDT. Now you'll be like, so USDT on a 4-hour, we're hitting a level here, okay? So you might get a move lower, all right, down here. I'm gonna just change it. So this is the 4-hour we're at, okay. Now this level is very important, okay? So right here is where you might get a reaction, or you might actually slice this and go for this 4-hour, which is 414%. Now if that happens, I think we're gonna make a new high if this happens. All right, but if you show a reaction here, you might come back up and then go down. Okay, then go down. That's a 4-hour. Obviously, you could hold here as well. So you do a V-shaped recovery and then you hold the 424. Right, then you hold the 424. So as I discussed it, I've said it here that if we lose 444%, we're not going to come back to it. We're not going to gain it back this time. And guess what? We did come back to it, but we never gained it, right? So this went down, and this didn't happen. Now you're talking about here, in my opinion, these two, either this wick or below it. Now, if this doesn't hold, we're talking about 414, and if that doesn't hold, you're talking about the absolute low. Now, I don't want to go into this because it might be, too soon. Now, let's take a look at the coin ank and everything. All right, so this is the news that I've talked about today is coming, right? We have GDP today for UK too. We had CPI and unemployment claims yesterday, which was higher. So it just these things they line up for a rate cut. But we'll see how Jerome and the pals will act to it. Now this is BTC. You could see how many orders are getting filled here, right? So if I just take it from here, where we were filling orders left, right, and center, I'm gonna ignore these longs. So we just want to take a look at the fills, okay? Not the ones that are added to the book now, those that are basically outside. Can I take that? Would you let me? Would you let me? Hold on. Limit order? Yeah. Okay. So something like this. Yeah. But then I want to change the. Oh, I can't. Okay. So there you go. So let's talk about this area. This area is the area that we filled from 114, 400. So ask turnover 645 were filled, meaning 600 million were sold, give or take. You guys could see the numbers. I don't want to go through all of them. So a lot were sold and a lot remains. And a lot remains. If you take a look at it, right here, and a lot remains. Another 400 remains. So we're basically talking about a billion sell that is happening here. Now, when you do the sells, then you have to fill some longs. Now, that's why I say we could come back down, because if you take a look at the wick, there's a lot of orders stacked around it, right? Right here around 1400, 114,000, around 113,900, and that's it. Sorry, and that's it. So we'll have to wait and see what Hong Kong wants to do, but they could just retest the daily and continue down, and that could be a possible thing to do. Now, with that being said, I think I watched everything. We watched everything together. It's been 9 minutes. I wanted to actually make a 4-minute video, but whatever. So yeah, we've talked about BTC and the places that it could go. Let's just quickly look at SPX. All right, SPX going higher. They didn't really move. It was not like that much of a of a movement, but we made a new all-time high, which tells me it looks like a liquidity exit grab. Same with Nasdaq, I'm not sure. Yep. Same with Nasdaq. Yep. A new all-time high. So this does look like an exit liquidity grab. If you take a look at it on a 1 hour, yeah, Nasdaq is just ready to dump it. So doesn't, but we'll see what happened later on today. Also Dixie, trying to gain, trying to gain. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching the YouTube. Stay safe, stay green. I think I've talked about BTC in detail today. Hopefully, so it's going to be a good video and it's going to be a couple of good sessions. Until next time, peace out.